You don't need me to tell you that the world is a very different place now to what it was just a few months ago. I'm currently at home, as you might be able to see, in social isolation because 2 of my family members are at particularly high risk from coronavirus. So we're kind of hunkering down and trying to stay away from basically everyone. Many of you are, I'm sure, in a similar situation. And so you, like me, may well be turning to your bikes for a little bit of normality and a little bit of escape. Usually, I'd say that I ride because I enjoy it. And also, if I'm being honest, probably because I'm a little bit addicted. And I also do pay a bit of attention to my fitness, just so that I can kind of carry on riding relatively fast when the mood arises. Relatively fast. However, when life gets turned upside down, it can be difficult to sustain. So here's the thing. In order to stay happy and healthy, I'm setting myself a challenge. And I'd like you to join me. Despite all the restrictions and the problems we face, can we, in 4 weeks of lockdown living, actually get better at riding bikes? I don't know, but I am really looking forward to trying. I'm going to be testing myself at the start and at the finish to see just what I've been able to achieve. Now, I'm going to be using Zwift for my riding, so you can literally join me if you so wish for workouts, on races, for rides, or you can do your own thing and then just follow along with the weekly video updates and everything on social media. The important thing is that we do this. Is anyone else thinking the same thing? That life on lockdown should just be one long Netflix binge, but that actually it doesn't seem to be working out like that. I didn't have much free time before the coronavirus pandemic, but it's all gone now. Working from home, for a start, seems to be taking up more time than before.
So I got to Switzerland for the first ever Cervelo testing get-together. I was nervous and excited.
Should we just talk about the GCN show for a bit? Quick chat about it before we start filming.
At the time, like a few months beyond that, well, I was back in the room with Carl.
My kids are obviously off school and they seem to have an awful lot of energy. Anyway, all of this combined means that riding is even more squeezed than it was before. Well, according to Strava, my average weekly total is between 4 and 5 hours, which doesn't sound like much, and, well, no, it's not. However, a lot of it is almost full gas. So if I already don't spend many hours on the bike, but a large proportion of them are spent riding really hard, how is this going to work? Because normally you just say, well, dial up the intensity. Well, here is my theory. By training smarter and with a purpose, I can get more out of the same volume of riding that I was doing before, so 4 to 5 hours. And because my riding is now going to be inside, I'm actually going to be able to massively increase the quality even on my time-poor schedule. And then the next thing is that my rides can now be sociable, which is not an easy thing to do at the moment. In fact, it's impossible in social isolation. But as I said earlier, because I'm going to be riding on Zwift, all of my rides can be sociable. You're already cordially invited to the workouts. Plus, because I'm a big fan of Zwift racing, I'm going to be doing one of those per week as well for fun and also to dig a little bit deeper. You can basically smash yourself without even noticing. And then finally, Zwift are also very kindly supplying their top coach, Kevin Poulton, which is how I know that we're going to be training smarter. You didn't think we were going to be relying on me, did you? And no. Kevin, thanks so much for offering to help out on this challenge for me and for everyone else out there. I guess my first question is it possible to actually get fitter in 4 weeks? I mean, can we see any gains? Because it's not a very long period of time, I'll admit.
Yeah, you're right. It's not a real long period of time. Generally, we're looking for about 6 weeks to see good adaptations from training. So 4 weeks is going to be on the edge of seeing some real improvement. But with the challenge we have and some specific training, I think we can do some magic with you, I think.
Cool, good stuff. So how are we going to kind of quantify improvements then? There's loads of different ways out there, but what do you recommend then for this particular one?
Yeah, so I want to move away from our typical structure of testing in terms of ramp test and FTP testing. So we have so many really cool climbs on Zwift, and I think a good challenge would be for you to do the Epic KOM in forward direction. That way we're having a good, I think it's going to be about a 15-minute effort for you up there. So it's a real solid above threshold effort for you. And over the period of 4 weeks, we should be able to see some gains.
I'm looking forward to it anyway. I'm very much looking forward to it.
I guess the only other point to really raise is that when we're looking at doing an effort of 15 minutes, there's really no getting away from the need to perform long intervals of 10 minutes or thereabouts. So, generally we try and shy away from, they tend to be, I guess, a bit more mentally challenging, the longer efforts. So we do have some intervals that are our longer tempo work, but you can also do that on your free ride. So when you're doing your free ride climbing, you're going to be doing 20, 30 minutes at a time at a tempo kind of effort with a laboured cadence, which is high crank torque. So you're going to get that natural anyway. So we do have some longer work in there, but the rest of it is pretty much, if we're going to see some changes in 4 weeks, there's a lot of high intensity in there for you. Yeah.
Well, that's cool, because sometimes that's easier, when you know that you're getting on the bike and you're gonna absolutely crush it, and it's you get that work done in a short period of time. I find that quite motivating. Okay, that sounds very cool then. I'm up for it. I'm well into the challenge. So yeah, I suppose I better go and actually get my climb time done and dusted.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to seeing what our first time is up there and what the challenge is.
Good stuff. All right, cheers, Kevin. Thanks, man.
Perfect. Thank you.
Right, it is time then to do the Epic KOM to see where I'm currently at fitness-wise. And in order to do that, let me take you through to my indoor training, workshop, studio, bespoke extravaganza of a room. Or just my living room again, because this is real life. Right then, let me talk you through my portable Zwift setup. I've got a Wahoo kicker there that lives in a cupboard in the utility room. I've got my iPad over there on top of a stand that lives down the side of another cupboard. I've got a mat, of course, for, to stop me making a mess of the living room floor. And in a similar vein, I've got a fan over there by the window to again, stop me making a mess of the living room floor. Okay, it's time. Right, let's fill you in on the Epic KOM before I start and I end up unable to talk to you any longer. Basically, it's on the mountain route. So to get to it, you need to choose Watopia, click through to the mountain route, and then I think we've got about 5.5K of gentle warm-up before it starts. My personal best is 1944. I don't think that was a full gas effort, but I have a suspicion that I was a little bit fitter than I am now. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. And the other thing I need to mention is that I've turned the trainer difficulty up to max. This was at Kevin's suggestion. Basically, it means that it really will feel like 6.5%. Thanks, Kevin. That fan is actually doing a remarkable amount of good work. Thanks, fan. I'm getting properly psyched about this. Just over a K to go before it kicks off, and bid you farewell. Okay, boom, here we go. Oh, gradient kicks in pretty sharpish. As you can see, I've just ridden under the Zwift waterfall feature, 6 minutes in. Above the snow line now. There's little bits of downhill. I've been really welcome respite. I'm really struggling to hold the power that I set myself. "30 seconds to go." I hate to think what the neighbours think I'm doing right now. Ooh. 20 minutes, 22 seconds. It's under 40 seconds. Slower than last time. So I've now got 2 markers to aim for at the end of our challenge. It's asked me if I want a bonus climb. No, I don't want a bonus climb. Well, it's the morning after, the night before, and the dust has well and truly settled. Didn't get any complaints from the neighbours in the end. I'm wondering whether they were perhaps too embarrassed by the noises that I was making. But anyway, at least you got to see that it was a full gas effort. That was me all in. So that is our line in the sand. Not overly happy with the numbers, but I've got to be happy because that is where I'm at, and it also means I know that I can improve. Now, one thing I didn't mention yesterday, actually, I'm wearing a Whoop band here, which is a wearable device. It tells me all sorts of different things, one of which, the big one, is my recovery status, and it did tell me that I was well recovered yesterday. I was whooping at 78%, so yeah, there was no limiting factors. That was me. I emailed the results to Coach Kevin for his feedback, and he reckons over the next 4 weeks that personal best time of 19 minutes 44 is within reach. So that is my absolute target. I want to beat that. So yeah, super motivated for it. Now, what is coming up over the next few weeks? As we said, 2 workouts per week, and there'll be group workouts. So very much hope that you can join me. I'm going to be doing mine at 8 a.m. on Tuesdays and Friday mornings. That's UK time, of course. If those times don't fit for you, then there'll be workouts throughout the week. But also, of course, you can do them in your own time. You can find them in the library of workout sessions on the Zwift app, and we'll put the specific workouts that you need to look for in the description beneath this video. Next week, we've got 11-minute progressive climbs, so that's 3 of them in one session where we'll be mixing up intensities and cadences. And then we've got Lactate shuttling as well, which sounds particularly painful, and I can't wait for that. Now, one thing I haven't mentioned yet is the racing side of things. I haven't chosen them yet. That's because I want your help on this. So I would like you to suggest races for me to do in the comment section down below, and then I can pick 4, 1 to do each week over the next few weeks. So super excited about that side of things as well. And then there's the free ride element. So each week we've got to rack up 400 to 500 meters of elevation in one single ride, and that will be fitted in around day-to-day life. And then finally, also need to mention that it's not just me doing this, but also my mates at other GCN channels are taking part as well. So GCN Espanol, GCN Italia, Auf Deutsch. So there's going to be a little competitive element there as well. Well, probably not little, probably massive competitive element. And they will also be doing group workouts as well. So stay tuned to social media, and there will be a GCN presenter doing those workouts quite regularly, I would have thought, during the week. So there we go then. The challenge is set. I couldn't be more excited. Hopefully you will be too. Take part. Let me know how you get on in the comment section down below, and let's do this 4-week fitness challenge.